My name is Jess and welcome to the Storyteller Fox. Come along and listen to read aloud books, be it for bedtime, story time, or simply to read along.
The Reluctant Dragon. This story is based on the story by Kenneth Graham and illustrated by Fred Blunt. Let's take a look and see what this fairy tale story is about. It's adapted by Katie Danis and read aloud by the Storyteller Fox. The Reluctant Dragon. One evening, long ago, a shepherd ran away terrified. That's him running away. I saw something terrible, he cried to his wife and son. It's as big as 4 horses. It has long, sharp claws, a long, pointy tail, and shiny blue scales all over its body. His son looked up from his book. That sounds like a dragon, he said. A dragon? yelped the wife. A dragon? said the shepherd. That does not sound good. The boy wasn't scared. The next day, he set off up the hill to find the dragon. Bye, don't worry, said the boy. He might be friendly, thought the boy. The dragon was friendly, and he was thrilled to see the boy. It's beautiful here, but it does get lonely, said the dragon. The boy smiled. He sat down and asked the dragon all kinds of questions. The dragon told stories of long ago. There was dangerous dragons everywhere, and brave knights fought them to rescue princesses. The boy came back every day to hear stories. But then the villagers found out about the dragon. They were terrified. Slay the dragon, ban the dragon, banish the dragon, slay the dragon, banish the dragon, they would say. The boy ran straight to the dragon. The villagers want to get rid of you, he panted. But I wouldn't hurt a fly, said the dragon. That afternoon, the boy heard even worse news. He's here! Who's here? St. George, the dragon killer. He's going to fight the dragon. The boy rushed back to the dragon. St. George, the dragon killer wants to fight you, gasped the boy. And he has the longest spear I've ever seen. But I don't like fighting, said the dragon. I'll just hide in my cave until he goes away, said the dragon. You can't, cried the boy. Everyone wants a fight. The dragon yawned. I'm sure you'll think of something, he said. The boy walked slowly back down to the village. He eats 10 sheep for breakfast. A crowd of villagers was telling George about the dangerous dragon. He burned down 5 houses. "He eats 10 sheep for breakfast," said the people of the villages. "It's not true," said the boy. "The dragon wouldn't hurt a fly." "But everyone wants a fight," said George. "What can I do?" "Follow me," said the boy, and he took George to meet the dragon. "What a perfect place for a fight," said George. "No fighting," said the dragon firmly. "Not even a pretend fight?" asked the boy. Maybe," said the dragon. Looks like he wants to have a pretend fight. The boy turned to George. "Do you promise not to hurt him?" "Well, it has to look real," said George. "Will there be a feast afterwards?" asked the dragon. "There will, and you can come," promised George. The next morning, lots of villagers arrived to watch the fight. The boy waited nervously by the dragon's cave. They cheered and waved when St. George rode into view. But where was the dragon? Then a roar echoed around the hills. Flames filled the air. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Everyone gasped as the dragon appeared. His scales sparkled and he breathed out fire. "Charge!" cried George. He galloped hard, his spear held high. The dragon bounded up, and they shot past each other. "Missed!" yelled the crowd. George and the dragon turned around and charged again. This time, there was no way they could miss. Clatter, bang, ouch! Look at that. What's happening there? The dragon slumped to the ground. George towered over him. "I think the dragon has learned his lesson," George declared. "Let's invite him to our feast." And he led the villagers, the boy, and the dragon back down from the hill. The boy was happy because his plan worked. The villagers were happy because they'd seen a fight. George was happy because he'd won. The dragon was happiest of all. He had lots of new friends and a very full stomach. "Jolly night it's been," he murmured and began to snore. "How will I get him home?" said the boy. "I'll help," said George. He gave the dragon a prod. And they set off up the hill arm in arm, the saint, the dragon, and the boy. about this story. The Reluctant Dragon was first published over 100 years ago. The author, Kenneth Grahame, also wrote the famous children's story, The Wind in the Willows. This book is designed by Caroline Spatz, digital manipulation by John Russell, series editor Leslie Sims, series designer Russell Hunter. The end. I hope you liked the story.
The end. And that's the end of our story time. For more bedtime stories, you can check on our YouTube playlist or listen to more storytime compilations at the Storyteller Fox. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.